So to get going, the first thing you want to do is make sure your group is split up into teams of roughly 4 people each. You don't want to have many more than that because then there's too many people, and you don't want to have less than 2 because someone needs to be holding the camera. So once you've split up into 4 groups, the first thing you want to do is consider those themes that we talked about before. So you want to think about migration and welcome, sustainable tourism, and trade. And a good exercise to start with is thinking about each of these themes and what they make you think of initially. So for example, if I say migration and welcome, do you know what that means? Have you heard the word migration before? And if so, what kind of things does it make you think of? So you might think of, example, what makes someone migrate from one country to another? Do you know the difference between a migrant and a refugee or an asylum seeker? These are the kind of things that would be good to talk through in your group before you start pinning down ideas. So a good exercise that you might want to pause this and just take a moment to do with your teams is to go through each of those 3 themes, write them down, and come up with some word association to do with those themes, just to help you really think about what you think they mean. So if you take a few minutes in your groups and come up with 4 words or phrases that you associate with each of those 3 themes. It's okay if you haven't heard about it before. So for example, sustainable tourism, maybe you sort of know what it means, maybe you sort of don't. But think about the words that it does make you think of and jot those down in your groups. Once you've done that, come back together and pick which one theme interests you the most. So if you pick migration and welcome, that will be your theme that you're going to base your film on. And then I want you to come up with a beginning and a middle and an end for a story you might like to tell. It just has to be a sentence each for now, but it might be the beginning is a group comes together and decides they're going to create an entry for our world. The middle is that they come up with the entry and they're coming up with ideas and thinking about their languages and the themes. And the end is that they submit it to us at SEAT. That could be my film. So take a minute in your groups, decide on your theme, and decide on a beginning, middle, and end. A good pointer for right now is to remember that it has to include your languages. So if you're involving all sorts of different countries or nationalities, think about the languages you know at school, think about the languages you maybe speak at home, and then figure out how you can drop them all into this one storyline that you're coming up with. Okay, so it can be really basic for now, but 3 sentences, beginning, middle, and end. Off you go.